Hello there, you. It is episode 350. Welcome to the podcast. And it's Tuesday morning. Today, we are talking get your backside off social media. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Sorry about that, by the way. Probably echoed in your ear. Get your butt off social media. There's a study being done, and I just did a book review on Saturday. There's a study being done that states and says that if you're on social media, then the more time you spend on social media, the more depressed you get. Simple as that. The more time you spend on social media, the more depressed you get. Do you know what? When I was just starting down this path, so maybe just over a year ago, near as damn it, I've been doing this a year, and I was looking at other people putting videos out on LinkedIn. And I was thinking, holy shit, I can't do this. And the more time I looked at other people doing videos, the more depressed I got, the more anxious I got, the more anxiety I felt, the more I questioned myself, the less confidence I had. And why? What was I doing? I was measuring myself against somebody else. But oops, that's me pressing the button on my keyboard. Yeah, and you should never, ever do that. When I heard this in this book called The Corona by Scott Galloway, is it Corona? Anyway, whatever it's called, book review was on Saturday. He actually stated that there's a study being done about it, and the more time you spend on social media, the more depressed you got. And I came out of the shower, and I was thinking about it in the shower, and I goes, Claire, what do you think about this? The more time you spend on social media, the more depressed you are. And she said, Dean, absolutely. I can only tell you what I went through last night. Last night, what I was doing is I was looking on Instagram, and I felt really bad about my body. I'm like, are you joking? You are fit. Come here, you. And then she said, not only that, but I started looking at other people's houses. And we've got a beautiful house. Don't get me wrong, there's loads of work to do to it. So it's we've only just bought it, so it's got to obviously spend the next couple of years putting our stamp on it. And she got depressed about a house. She started comparing the house to other people's house of celebrities and stuff, and who, I don't know. It's you're comparing apples to not bananas or anything like that, but to cars. You can't compare. So please don't start comparing. And so I said, she said to me that when she's on social media, all she does is compare. And the reason why, and so it's so unhealthy. And the reason why I personally don't put anything on social media is because I don't want people to feel bad. So what you only put things on social media. There's a social media side of yourself and there's a real side. Guess what? Your social media side is the one that's glossy and got the best pictures, and makes you look the best you possibly can do, and it shows your life in the best possible life it can be. I went out for a meal with my sister about 6 months ago, and the kids was arguing like mad. They was all going mad with each other, fighting, and it was a horrible experience. But guess what? We took one picture, and for that split second, all the kids were really well behaved. It looked like we had an amazing family and everyone was together, and it looked like life was brilliant. Someone put it on Facebook and everybody commented, and someone actually put saying, it wasn't like this all the time. It was just a split second out of an absolute hectic lunchtime. But most people don't tell you that. Most people pretend that's their life all the time. And so you're comparing your life against somebody else's fake life, their social media life. And it's never, ever like that at all. So you've also got to be careful what you put out there on social media, because what is the reason you're putting out there? Me, when I bought my house, I'm so proud of having this house. It's an amazing house. I absolutely love it. And what do I want to do? I want to put a video on social media showing everybody. But why? I started asking myself, why do you want to do that? And ultimately, it was to show to everybody, all my old school friends, because I was rubbish at school. I didn't do very well at all. And it was just to show people, hey, look at me. I'm doing all right for myself. Why? It's my lack of self-esteem. But people do that all the time on social media. I'm not saying it's bad and you shouldn't do it, but I'm saying that it has an effect on people. And so be careful. Be careful what you see on social media, because it is not their real life. It is their social media side of their life, their best life. That's all anybody's ever doing. So don't compare your normal life to people's life on social media. And I'm not saying, I'm well aware that I'm basically saying that I didn't want to put on my house and stuff because it looked like you're bragging and stuff. And then I'm saying other people, most of the time, They don't even know they're doing it, but they're bragging. There was this girl on there this morning the other day, and she was in Dubai, and she's a professional blogger, and she was going on elephant rides or camel rides or whatever, having beautiful meals and stuff, and she put it on social media. Obviously in the UK we're in lockdown, and she's from the UK, but she's a social media. I mean, I've only been told this story. I haven't actually seen it myself, so I've got to be careful. I'm not 100% certain. And she came on this morning and said to Holly and Phil that she's doing it for other people to boost the morale of the country. And I was like, oh, you're not doing it for anybody else. You're doing it for your own self-esteem. If we're really, truly honest with ourselves, guess what? The only reason you're posting on social media is for your own self-esteem. You're not doing it for anybody else. You're doing it for yourself. And that is fine as long as we realize that, as long as we understand it. But most people, unfortunately, we don't realize it. We don't understand it. And I feel bad because I'm thinking now of people at school who post pictures of the kids and stuff. That's fantastic. And I don't mean things like that, but I'm just saying that when we're bragging, when we're boasting, look at our new car, then we're not doing it for anybody else. We're doing it to scratch that itch. But going back to my original point, the more time you spend on social media, I promise you, it's been proven now, a study in America. I mean, there's been bags and bags of studies, but this one is the best study out there at the minute on this. And it says the more time you spend on social media, the more depressed you are. And I can 100% see why. So if you're watching this on social media, get your ass off social media. The only reason we go on social media is to compare. We are comparing ourselves to others, but it's not like for like. You are comparing their best life, their best moments for your shitty moments. And that is not the case, my friends. So please, please look after yourself, look after your mindset, your mental state, and keep off social media as much as you humanly possibly can. Don't be one of these scrollers, because it's so much more productive stuff you could be doing. I can't stand social media, and I'm on it. I'm on social media, and I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on. I think I've got an Instagram account, but I don't even know my login details. We might post on there. I don't know. Joe, the virtual assistant, does it all for me, so I don't actually know what we do on Insta if we do. But yeah, just be careful how much time you spend on social media, and just be mindful and aware that sometimes when you're posting your perfect life, it does have an effect on other people. Why not sometimes post the real life, the kids screaming, pulling your hair, whatever, dropping a drink all over the floor. I don't know. But most people aren't real on social media. Most people are showing you a fabricated version of their life. And the problem is you're judging your life against theirs, even people's bodies as well. You know yourself that sometimes when I get out of the shower, I've got a mirror that I look at that I know that I look good at. I've got a six-pack. I mean, I don't have a six-pack in any other mirror in the world, certainly not in real life. But in this one mirror where the lights are shining down perfectly, I have a six-pack. And so every time I get out of the shower, I'm like, oh yeah. And that's not life. That's not life. But that's exactly what we're doing on social media. We're posting our body pics of the best light that shows your body in the best possible picture it could do. And then we're seeing that picture and we're comparing our body to somebody else's body and thinking, yeah. So it's just not real life. So just be careful, because your mindset is so important. And your mentality is so important. Your positivity is so important. And the problem is when we go on Facebook, Insta, any of them social media platforms, it is now being proven that all those things go down, and depression, the chance of depression goes up, and sadness goes up. So be careful. All right, my friends, that's all I've got to say about it. See you soon. Bye-bye.